Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for today. What is today? Friday. And I usually do it for Friday. I usually do this on Friday going into the next Friday. Gosh, what is today? I got on a whole watch. It's January 16th, Friday, January 16th. So, yeah. For the energy of January 16th and the remainder of next week. I was out and about and I was really feeling your energy. I think that's why I'm still shuffling these cards, Capricorn. I'm still feeling things. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Thank you so much for being back. Put in the chat, put in the comments how you're doing, and if anything is manifesting in your life. How long did it take to manifest? It's really what I'm feeling. How long did it take to manifest? I've been talking to some of my clients, and some of them have manifested things within a year, and some less than a year. Me, myself, I started manifesting some things last year, and the way that it was happening, I had to let some things go in order to get it, which seems weird because, for instance, when I let my job go, I didn't have nothing else. But now everything is working out. I work when I want to, how I want to, and all my bills are paid. So here we go. What do you have for Capricorn for today, Friday, January 16th, 2026, through the rest of the week? Spirit of love and light, what do you have for Capricorn for January 16th, 2026, through next week? The overall message for Capricorn, Spirit of love and light. Whew. For some reason, I just couldn't talk without when I was feeling it all in my chest, Capricorn. Got the Four Cups. Guys, this could be regrets, not starting something sooner, or not moving when you should move. You feel like you missed an opportunity. Somebody refused you with an opportunity. You could feel a bit depressed because of it, frustrated. You could feel worn out. But at the same time, Capricorn, this card can also mean that you could be meditating on something new, but what Spirit wants you to make sure you don't do is miss the opportunity that Spirit is offering you. Don't get so wrapped up in whatever you have going on to where you miss opportunities. And then we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is where it could be male, female, but this energy is just that your thoughts are dominating your feelings. It's all about how you look at things, which goes back to this: don't feel so caught up in whatever it is that you're caught up in, like the depression, the regrets, someone refused something, you had some offers that you missed. Don't get so caught up in that that you miss your blessings, or you miss the opportunities coming your way. I have no idea why I said miss your blessings, because I hardly ever say that. But don't, evidently it was for somebody, but don't get so caught up in your thoughts that you miss your intuition. And sometimes your intuition and meditation and manifestations are about your feelings as well as what you're thinking. So it's like a balance there. So don't be imbalanced in that. And with the Queen of Swords, this is a person that's in their head, but this is also a person that's very fair and makes the right decision. So whatever it is that you feel like you missed, just looking at these two cards, the Queen of Swords and the Four of Cups, just looking at these cards right here, you're not going to miss whatever the opportunity is. So basically, get out of your feelings and get more so in your head as far as staying focused on what your end goal is. And now we have the Tower card, which is a major arcana. So something is inevitable. Like, you're not going to be able to avoid this if you miss something, right? So if you've missed an opportunity, you're staying on a particular track. Let's just say, you remember the story where this guy was praying for help, and the guy perceived his help would be a big ship. I'm paraphrasing this story, but this guy, he was stuck in the ocean, you know, in a small little boat, or we could say a raft, and a little boat came by. He was like, no, I'm waiting on God. So God sends another boat, a little bit bigger. He was like, no, I'm waiting on God. So these two boats left because he was waiting on God. So another boat came, and it wasn't what he perceived it was supposed to be, and he was like, no, I'm waiting on God. And whatever he was perceiving as far as God in his eyes, it didn't happen. So 3 times, let's just say it was a raft and a small boat and a boat that wasn't as glamorous as he thought it should be. Whatever the case may be, he let these opportunities pass because he thought it should be wrapped or packaged, or it should have a certain look, and it didn't happen. So here's the thing, that could have happened to where you feel like you missed an opportunity and you feel like there's no way out, or you're not going to get this opportunity again. This Tower card right here, this Tower card happens whether you like it or not. And what it does is it tears down the old habits. It causes unexpected change in your life. It causes destruction of the old way. And let's just say for some people, like divorce is sticking out. You have pain, you have abuse, you have violence. Whatever it is in your life, something that you can't control, this thing is happening to cut that old way, break that old way down. And what I actually see is, I see a road and it's crumbling up and falling through the earth. Like, it's making sure you can no longer stay on that path. So whatever this is, I will say that it feels like you're protected, but you're having a little hard time because you feel like you need to stay somewhere, or this has to make sense before you move. So it's not going to make sense. And that's why this Tower is going to happen for you. Now, the overall message is the King of Pentacles. In my head, in my heart, what I am feeling is this is what you want. You want the King of Pentacles. Like, that's the overall thing. That's why we're here. You want the King of Pentacles in your life. But a Tower moment has to happen because you're thinking that something should be a certain way and it's not. So the Tower moment has to happen to reroute you. And it's funny that I hear reroute, because let's just see you're driving down a road that seems familiar, but construction starts to happen. So the GPS is telling you to go one way, and you're like, no, because I'm very familiar with this route. I know this route, and I'm going to take this route. But see, there's something that you don't foresee. Because you're so caught up in your thoughts, you don't foresee this. You're so caught up in your thoughts, you can't feel the spirit, you can't feel your higher self saying, hey, I know you're used to this being a certain way, or you're used to this looking a certain way. However, there's a change up there that has happened. So do as I'm asking you to do and go ahead and turn to the right. You keep going, this tower moment happens. So you stay on the path that you're on, which leads to a dead end, or let's just say bumpy roads, rocks, dust, and you got to turn around in it. And it could feel irritating because maybe you just washed your car or whatever. Let's just say it's just like the most irritating thing. And this tower moment happens and it has to reroute you. And let's just say all of this is happening in the midst of traffic. So you have all of this traffic that you have to wait on so that you can get routed and get back on your path to get to the King of Pentacles, to get to the security, to get back on the right track, to get back on that path to where you're going. And here we have what's underneath is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is using your intuition, right? So to me, what I'm feeling here is some of you are using your intuition. However, some of you are still thinking logically. So it's like you're using your intuition for some parts, other parts that seem familiar, you're thinking logically. And what Spirit wants you to do is get into your intuition and stay there, because the Spirit or your higher self is trying to lead you to what it is that you want, what it is you desire, what it is that you are aiming to manifest, which is the King of Pentacles. This is like a mature person, a very successful, wealthy person. This is you. You're that business person. You're doing better for yourself. You want to have better for yourself. This person is not really a risk taker, so that explains why you're kind of playing it safe. So this tower has to happen because you are playing it safe. You're used to being stable. You're used to being secure. At the same time, you want what you want, which is this financial increase. So whatever it is that you're doing, and I'm seeing like construction happening. I'm seeing like, I don't even know what the vehicle thing looks like, but it digs dirt and then it dumps it somewhere else, like on the side of the road. So I'm seeing like new structures being built, new pathways being built for you. But you have to understand, like, things have changed. So do things in a new way. Like that's what's coming to me. You're gonna have to do things in a new way in order to get what you really want. And the things may not seem logical. Capricorn, like I said, I was raised in a time where you don't quit a job until you have another one. Okay? And then you make sure the pay is right. You make sure of all these things. You research the company, you do all of that. Now, I had seen what I was doing before, but I was content in my job even though I was unhappy. I was very unhappy. The clients loved me, the customers, my coworkers, because I managed the place, so I made sure that everybody was happy. I treated people like I wanted to be treated. And so they were very, very happy with me. I got a lot of praises and things like that, but I was so unhappy on the inside. When I wake up in the morning, I dreaded it, Capricorn. But I kept saying what I wanted and I started feeling it. And when I started feeling it, I was like, but how am I going to get there? And sure enough, a tower moment happened for me. And it really hurt. And it was no way I could go back. It hurt. It hurt everything. It hurt my soul, my heart. It was just like to go back in there and face that place would just make me feel so small. And it was one of those feelings. It wasn't even pride. It was one of those things where Spirit was saying to me, you asked for it, I'm giving it to you. I can't believe that you are thinking about going back into it. It was almost like had I went back, I would have hurt Spirit's feelings. That's how strong this thing was. Anything else for Capricorn? They popping out at us. They are coming out. We got the Nine of Cups. That's wish fulfillment. So Spirit wants to give you what you want, what your heart is desiring. Spirit wants to give it to you. Spirit is sending you downloads. Spirit is sending you messages with the Page of Wands. Spirit is telling you, you know, which way to go, how to do this, how to do that. The Page of Wands is an action card. The Nine of Cups is telling us that you have a wish fulfillment, or your wishes will be fulfilled. The Knight of Pentacles. With the Knight of Pentacles, this is like a stable, the stable knight. This knight is getting that foundation together. And I feel like what Spirit has done with you is gotten your foundation together. And Spirit is trying to get you to those pinnacles, get you to that wish fulfillment. Spirit is talking to you here with the Knight of Pentacles. Spirit is wanting you to stay the course, be patient, trust your foundation, trust your intuition, which is the Page of Rods. You're getting messages. You're getting messages of what to do. So you don't have to input anything that you feel like this is familiar. I know this. Just follow Spirit. I'm hearing coast in spirit. You don't have to turn right. You don't have to turn left. You don't have to try to figure it out. You just coast with Spirit. Almost like I'm seeing a boat and you're just letting it drift. And the wind blows how you need to navigate or how you need to turn. The wind is doing it all. Spirit is like coming down and directing you. Spirit is coming down and giving you a message. So this is what I'm feeling for you, Capricorn. I'm feeling like this is a whole different walk for you. This is a whole different path for you. You have to do things different. You don't quite understand where to start. You don't know where you're gonna be because this is different. Basically, I am seeing a baby on its knees, and this baby is crawling, and this baby is trying to get up and stand. And that's the thing, you're in the beginning stages of this thing. And you'll be able to stand when you need to stand. You'll be able to walk and run and everything in its due time. Knight of Pentacles. The foundation for each level has to be set for you so that you can get to the King of Pentacles, which is a very stable, non-risk taker type of person. Very wealthy person. This person is the type that will even help people. But give me a blueprint of why you want my help. Why you want a loan from me. Why you want an investment from me. This is how stable this person is. That's what Spirit is doing. Spirit is growing you into that maturity so that when you get that wealth, you can hold on to the wealth. You can invest the wealth how you need to invest the wealth. And you can grow your wealth how you need to grow it, even if it's outside of other investments, such as one that pops in my head real fast is Tesla, or those index investments. But it's just like outside of that, you're going to be able to put your money to good use, make your money work for you, or build things. I'm hearing support people, and I'm also seeing help the homeless, help people who are less fortunate. But that's where you are headed. But you're trying to do things according to your memory, and Spirit has something completely different for you. And that is what I have for you in this reading. And I am feeling Moonology cards here. So Capricorn, let's get out a Moonology card for this reading. Let's bring it on home. tonology card for Capricorn. A fiery climax approaches. See, that fiery climax approaching is telling me about the Tower. So for some of you, this is about the Tower moment that's coming, but you need to hold on to the foundation. Hold on to what you know, okay, that has been set in motion for you as to why you're feeling this way. What I'm seeing is a person who is tied up in chains, and the chains are very loose. And since you won't get out of them, you're being rattled. You're being shaken so the chains will fall off. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling for you, Capricorn. Trust the process. Know the Spirit is with you. And I will talk to you later, Capricorn. Please like this video if it resonated. Share this with other Capricorn placements. And please subscribe to this channel. It really helps the channel grow, and it makes sure that others get to see these readings. Maybe they can help, as well as you seeing more. And please turn on that notification bell for every time I upload. And I try to every Friday, but I do have clients, and I do, like I said, I have something else that I'm doing as well. So I do try to keep my schedule together, but sometimes it gets a little impossible. So I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you have a great day and a great rest of the week and next week. Thanks.